Is your school parents asking for transfer certificate? And is your school struggling to retain your existing students? In this video, I'm going to share with you 7 core reasons on why students are dropping out of your school and also 12 initiatives you can do in order to retain your students from dropping out. Are you ready? If you're new to this channel, do subscribe to IE School. Here we are posting exclusive content for school principal and management members on how to grow your school from scratch to the academic excellence. Are you ready? Let's go. Now we'll see 7 core reasons that makes parents to choose to transfer their children from your school to another school. Number 1, academic concerns. Parent might feel their school are lacking in innovative teaching methods, or if your school doesn't have coaching like JEE NEET, parent might feel there is a less focus on academics. Number 2, lack in facilities and infrastructure. Like if your school doesn't have a STEM lab or a proper coaching in sports, parent might feel they want to move to another school which has better focus on these areas. Number 3, misalignment with parent expectation. If there is a miscommunication or no communication between school and the parent might feel, I don't know the growth of my child studying in this school. So if there is a misalignment in communication, parent might feel they want to move to another school. Number 4, financial reason. If the school fees is high and the parents can't able to afford, that can also be a reason. Number 5, peer influence. If their friends whose children are studying in different school, if they see new initiatives happening in their school but not happening in their own children's school, that might also influence them to move to another school. Number 6, you have to understand at which class most dropout happens in your school. In most schools, dropout happens only in these 4 different junctions. Number 1, from kindergarten to grade 1. Parents who are moving from this kindergarten to grade 1 area, they are focusing schools who have better activities for primary children. Second, from primary to middle school. Most parents who are moving in this area, they're expecting more activities beyond the academics like STEM, AI, robotics, coding, a lot of things. So if your school lack in these areas, it's very important to focus on launching new programs for middle school. The third area where most dropout happens is from 9th to 10th. Here we all know parents focus more on coaching for board exams. And the last area where most dropout happens is after 11th. Similarly, if you see a lot of dropout happening in the 11th to 12th, then it means there is less focus in your school on coaching programs like NEET and JEE. 7th reason for dropout is distance. Parents might move from one area to another area because of their work, or if your school doesn't provide enough transportation facility, that might also lead to students dropping out from your school and joining in schools which are in their nearest proximity. Beyond the 7 points, your parents might also have other reasons for moving off. To understand that better, do a survey among your current parents, especially for parents who want to drop off from your school to another school. Ask questions like, which school are you preferring? Do research on what that school has which your school is lacking. When you do this kind of specific survey, you will understand our focus areas to improve. Now we'll see 12 initiatives you can do to retain our existing students. Before that, if you are new to this community, IE School Principal Hub, please join the community. We are over 400 plus school principals across India actively learning every week. So all the videos which we are posting here will be posted first in our community. If you're not part of the community, do join. I will share the link below. Now, shall we go to the next point? So here are the 12 high impact initiatives you can do to retain your students in your school. Number 1, do regular feedback mechanism. Organize a lot of PTA meetings, understand the core problems which parents are raising in the school, actively solve it. Implement all the feedback which given by the parents and also keep them updated on what the problems we have solved. That will reduce the communication gap and increase the confidence among the parents that this school is actively implementing all the feedbacks. Number 2, launch new academic initiative. If your school doesn't have proper NEET and JEE coaching, now it's a time to launch the NEET and JEE coaching in your school. Either you hire an expert for your school or you collaborate with a reputed organization who can come and regularly take NEET and JEE coaching. Under new academic initiative, there are other things you can implement too, like STEM lab, which we have implemented in over 300 plus schools. AI lab, you can turn your existing computer lab into an AI lab. You can do smart assessment to give personalized report to your school parents so that they will understand the growth of their children. You can give Dexter box, which we are doing for over 200 plus schools, where every child will get a science box with which they can learn all the theoretical concepts in their school subject in a very practical way. If your school doesn't have enough coaching support for sports, now it's the right time to hire a teacher or collaborate with any institution to specifically come to our school and coach our students on sports. Organize summer camps. Host summer camps during summer vacation, because that will make parents to feel that our school is doing beyond the academics as well. And also you can screen good documentaries, movies in your school auditorium and discuss what are the lessons your children learned while watching the movie. Give study breaks for your children. Launch gamification in your existing academic performance as well. Imagine if a child is just scoring 40. If the child scores 70 or above, reward the child with something. Likewise, give specialized care and make it gamified so that every child will get excited because they can get reward as well. And launch innovative teaching methods. If your teachers are always teaching in front of board, see how we can equip your teachers teach through songs, through movies, through stories, through quizzes. Now that you have a ChatGPT and a lot of things as well, equip your teachers to use all these resources and improve their existing teaching experience. You can do all these things to improve your existing academic initiatives. Now shall we see the third initiative which we can do, that is showcase results and success stories. Most schools miss this area. If your school have great success stories, example, students have won in a sports competition or a quiz competition, any competition, whatever it is, make sure you showcase that story either by video or photo or whatever, publish in all your social medias. Make sure the entire school parents gets to know about this every success story which your school students are achieving. Number 4, build emotional connection with the parents and students. This is where most schools fail. That's a reason for drop off, because there's no emotional connection. Schools are only focusing on delivering the content to the children. So how you can build emotional connection is, 1, send personalized messages to parents on their child's performance. Have a parents school advisory council where parents are also involved in taking decisions or giving suggestions on what more things a school can do. Then listen to students. You can have suggestion box. I think most schools have their own suggestion box, but there's no suggestions inside the box. You can reward students who are giving active suggestions so that other students will also feel motivated to constantly give suggestions to your school. Introduce potluck. I think most companies does this to build their collaborative culture inside their organization. You can also do potluck in your school where you can say, today's a potluck day, every child can bring a dish and together everyone can share the dish and have it like a buffet. This will bring all the teachers together, all the parents together, all the children together. Next, ask students to write a letter at the end of every year about their school and send this letter to their parents. This will bring an emotional bonding of their school to every child, and also parents will know what happened, what impact did their school made in their children's life. Under this emotional connection building, introduce a habit of writing gratitude on a weekly basis. Encourage students to write gratitude letters to their families, to their circles, and keep sharing the letters with each other. This will bring an emotional bonding within each other in their school. And give access to psychologists, therapists to all the students, because most children, especially in a higher age group, that is from 9th to 12th, have a lot of pressure. It can be educational pressure, it can be parent pressure. They need someone to talk to. If the school doesn't provide such support, they might keep all the stress inside them. So if you can launch initiatives such as wellness programs like yoga classes, or you can introduce psychologists where children can go and speak to. I think most schools have a full-time psychologist or a therapist, but if your school doesn't have, now it's a time you have to collaborate with any external person or hire a person on a full-time basis to have in your school so that your children can go to them for support. So these are the activities you can do to build emotional connection with your parents and children. Now, shall we see 5th initiative? Focus more on career guidance, especially for students who are in class 8 and above. Organize a lot of workshops on AI, coding, robotics, all the future technologies. You can bring experts from outside, or even you can buy a lot of courses, online courses, and offer that to all your children. In that career guidance, you can also do industrial visits. Usually engineering college does industrial visits. If your school ahead doing industrial visits, it will be great. Under career guidance, you can also partner with international universities, because international universities want students from India. So you can easily reach out to international universities, ask their professors to give lectures online so that your children get inspired and they want to go to the university, and that will help them to choose what career they want before completing their 10th and 12th. Number 6, address transportation issues. If your school doesn't have proper bus facilities, it's time to solve it. If your school doesn't have bus facilities in a wider area, it's time to have another bus or even expand your bus services. If your school doesn't have a bus, you can also collaborate with existing transportation services like van or auto. This will help parents to join your school from other areas as well. Number 7, offer financial support. Some parents might feel the fees are so high or they couldn't able to give the fees at one stage. Offer scholarships or even EMI payments, which will help parents to ease their financial burden. Number 8, engage your alumni network. This is where most schools fail because most of your alumni might be working in big companies or they might also be running big companies as well. Bring them to your school, invite them, make them as a guest speaker, make them address to all your existing students. This might inspire your current students and also inspire the parents. They might feel, oh, this school has produced these successful people. My child has a possibility to become someone like them or even beyond them. So utilize your alumni network as well. This is point 8. Next is initiative number 9. Enhance your school's physical infrastructure. Remember these 3 words: change, organize and add. Change, what are the things you want to change in your school? It can be the paint, the colors of your school. Organize, think what you can organize in your school's classroom or even the building. Number 3, add, what more you can add. It can be a new classroom or it can be a new building. Think in terms of change, organize and add under enhancing your school's physical infrastructure. The 10th initiative is empower teachers. It's very important to keep empowering your teachers on a regular basis. You can do teacher training programs on a monthly basis or you can encourage teacher exchange program. You can collaborate with some school nearby or even in another city. You can encourage a bunch of your teachers to go to that school, stay there for 5 days and learn all the good teaching methods in their school and come back and implement in your school. In the teacher empowerment programs, you can also do peer-to-peer learning. You can do mentorship program where your teachers will mentor each other. It can be a senior teacher mentoring a junior teacher. And more important thing, meet your teachers often. That's where most problem arises. If there is a gap between management and the teachers, there might be an imbalance. So if you meet your teachers often, most of the problems are solved. The 11th initiative is popularize your school's new initiative to parents. This is also an area where more schools fail. Your school might be doing a lot of new things, but parents might not know what's happening in your school. So it's very important to bring a videographer or photographer to capture all the great moments, capture all the new initiatives happening in your school and keep sending them in WhatsApp, keep posting them on your social media, keep updating your website so that your school parents or even new parents will constantly know what's happening in your school. The last 12th initiative, what you can do is get inspirations from other schools. Very, very simple. You also do research on what's happening in other schools and see what you can do in your school. Because if something is working in other school, it may also work in your school as well. So the 12th idea which I would suggest is keep looking out on what's happening in other schools, get inspiration and launch in your school. So how was these 12 ideas? So to conclude, retention is not about retaining your students. It's also about making the parents feel they have taken a right decision every year. If you like this video, I'm going to share with you a mind map of all these 12 ideas so that it will be handy for you to check out and keep adding new things to retain your children in your school. I've given the mind map below. Go and download the link, keep it handy. And if you need any support, I have attached my team members' contact details. If you want to know more about our initiative in more than 300 plus schools like STEM Lab, AI Lab, Dexter's Box, Smart Assessment, you can contact them and get to know how this can help your school's growth. Next, I want you to comment in the comment section on top 3 initiatives you want to implement in this coming academic year to retain your children. And I hope this video was useful. I'll see you in the next video.